So what we'll do now is, of course we do the session again, sadhana, and we'll pay some attention on the 7 limbs. Like we'll meditate. Like in this particular session, we will meditate on the 7 limbs. To really try to generate the mind of, appreciating, offering, confessing, requesting, and then rejoicing, requesting, and then dedicating. Because this, the sadhana is very short, so if you never stop at those specific points to really meditate on them and transform your mind into that mind state, then it will never work properly. Whereas if you do that and then your mind gets familiar with it, then you just need the sentence. Like when you really used to meditate on love, compassion, joy and equanimity, then you just need to say the words, and then the mind state immediately pulls along. The same way as, we think we're not doing analytical meditation. We do a lot of analytical meditation on attachment and anger. See, if somebody makes you upset, and let's say you meet somebody and you don't like that person so much, right? And there's an unpleasant feeling between you and the person. So at the beginning that unpleasant feeling is quite small. We're not so disturbed by it. But then because we have aversion, our mind only sees the negative sides of the person and exaggerates that. And we think about this again and again and again. We're kind of looking. We're very much like on guard to see when the person is doing something negative, and then we go, see, like on a more subconscious way, I know the person was bad, and we're very happy to find again one reason more for not liking the person. So then this goes on and on and on. We think and think and think, and then it only needs the name of the person, and then there is aversion. Because the mind has become so familiar with it. You don't need all this blah 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 anymore to feel aversion, And sometimes, really ridiculous things. I had quite a big thing happening to me not so long ago. I was surprised myself because, this is karma also. So don't judge yourself too much when you have this. Yeah, it's also karma. It's your karma and it's the karma of the other person to be disliked. And sometimes it's very, very sick. It's very, very difficult to undo. And I even got upset when I saw the same car of the person. It can be as strong as that. Immediately seeing that car, and it's a car that's quite common, was like a feeling of aversion coming up. So it takes a while to see that it's not pleasant for me, right? It takes a while to see. So then we have some interest in transforming that. This is why when we do the 7 limbs, we try to generate those minds, meditate on those minds, so that we really have them. And then when you can do the 7 limbs very quickly, and then your mind transforms into that. Okay. So again, we sit with the straight back. Just before we heard why everybody is here. So then we check our own motivation. It's great, the motivation of wanting to help others, but it's very, very important, especially if you are in helping others in a professional way, like nurse, physiotherapist, psychologists. If you're counseling, it's very important that you yourself have to be well also. So I think I'm doing this practice for myself, but in long-term aims, so I can be a real benefit to others. So then you visualize about 4 inches above the crown of your head is a lotus flower. Maybe now when you see the lotus flower, immediately you know what it is. It's symbolizing renunciation, like happily not needing pleasures anymore, And by happily not needing pleasures, we completely renounce our suffering. Then in the center of the lotus is a white moon disk, and seated on the moon disk is my root guru, the Dharmakaya, essence of all the Buddhas, in the form of the Medicine Buddha. If you can visualize the Medicine Buddha, that's great. If you can't, just try to think Medicine Buddha is present. It's there, ready to help me in whatever way I allow that Medicine Buddha to help me. Try to keep that for a while, as we said this morning, squeezing the mind on it. It's okay if it's just a blue spot. Lotus, moon disk, on top of that Medicine Buddha. Not a statue, but a being made out of light, very vibrant, luminous. He's blue in color and his body radiates blue light. His right hand, in the mudra of granting sublime realizations, rests on his right knee and holds the stem of the arura plant between thumb and first finger. His left hand is in the mudra of concentration and holds a lapis lazuli bowl filled with nectar. And this nectar has the ability to heal us. It's the combination of compassion and wisdom manifesting in the form of healing nectar. The two hand gestures, like the hand in the gesture of giving, represents compassion, meaning conventional truth. The hand in his lap holding the bowl represents wisdom, meaning ultimate truth. So by just looking at his body, we see the nature of all things having a conventional aspect, the way they appear, having an ultimate aspect, they exist, being free from inherent existence. He's seated in the full Vajra position and is wearing the 3 red-colored robes of a monk. He has all the signs and qualities of a Buddha. So the signs, there are 32 major and 80 minor signs in the body of a Buddha who come from his practice. And the qualities of a Buddha is, of course, his mind, his equanimity, not preferring some and ignoring others, but being totally equanimous, having universal compassion, having universal wisdom, being omniscient, having universal skills, like the body of the Medicine Buddha having healing qualities by sending out light rays. So even though we can't see, have no doubt that the Medicine Buddha in person is right there in the space in front of you. But in order for it not to make it too solid and then again fall into, wrong view, there's a merely labeled Medicine Buddha there. This is why he can be there. There would be a real, solidly existing Medicine Buddha from its own side, he couldn't be there, because then he could only be in one place. So there's the merely labeled Medicine Buddha in the space in front of us, performing the functions of the Medicine Buddha. And his main function is healing. Healing ailments of body, healing ailments of mind. So then before we take refuge again, we try to have this mind being very happy, very appreciative, knowing that we are safe because somebody is there to protect us. That what we are especially kind of asking the Medicine Buddha also is though, because we all know if you have a body then you will have sicknesses. That's in the nature of the body. So we're not so much, always just asking for a healthy body or being healed from the body problems. We are asking to have the strength of mind, the courage to be able to bear whatever that body produces. Then we're safe. Then we don't have to be afraid anymore. If we have the courage to bear, we're okay, there's no fear of pain. If we only want a healthy body, there's constant fear of falling into pain. So as we take refuge, you don't just take refuge for yourself. Just taking refuge with the mind, which is full of faith and trust, creates a tremendous amount of positive energy, or merit, as it is called. So we do that for everybody else. So you visualize your father at your right side, your mother at your left side. Let go of all the grudges, especially if they're not alive anymore. There's no point holding on to those things. Hurt is done through ignorance, not knowing about consequences. Hurt is also done because it's our own karma to be hurt, which now is finished if we are able to let go. Why holding on to those things? There's no point, it's finished. Look at it like a dream, no matter how terrible the dream is. When the dream is finished, it's finished. Why continue to suffer? Why? Just wish them well. And then you're at peace. Then the people that you like, you can put behind you. People that you don't like, or people that don't like you, you put in the space in front of you. And around us are all other mother sentient beings, each one of them undergoing a specific suffering or having his own specific problems. Not one of them being free from suffering. So we visualize, we imagine that we take refuge with them and we are the chant leader. So it's page 3 at the bottom. I go for refuge until I am. Then the 4 immeasurable thoughts, we meditated on them this morning. So we'll just stop after each one and you try to generate this mind of love. Maybe using the same method, or maybe doing something, thinking something different. Then the mind of compassion, the mind of joy, and the mind of equanimity. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. Here we could think like this, wouldn't it be wonderful if all beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering? Then we can stop harming or hurting each other. We start to take responsibility by thinking, I myself will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. It's a very strong mind full of self-confidence. gives us tremendous courage and energy. I myself will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. Don't so much ask how. This is not important. We just generate that mind, a mind who knows what it wants. I myself will free them from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness that is without suffering. So thinking about dependent arising, law of cause and effect, we know that all beings have Buddha potential. That is our nature. Therefore, by creating the right causes, eliminating the causes that obstructs that Buddha nature, all beings can attain that state, which is free from all suffering, not just worldly happiness. The trans-worldly happiness of being at complete peace. We usually despair when we see what is happening in the world. That doesn't change the world. That doesn't change your mind to a better state. But by thinking all beings have Buddha potential, being pure, being happy is actually our nature. That's why we want it so much. Causes and conditions can be changed. How? With compassion and wisdom. That's why we should never despair, never give up hope. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all beings were never separated from happiness that knows no suffering? I myself will give them that happiness. All sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from both attachment and hatred, holding some close and others distant. And there we see this is definitely something that we can do. We can guard our own mind. So while you are in retreat, when you think about somebody, immediately you check what kind of mind is arising. Is it aversion? Is it attachment, or is it indifferent? And then immediately you change that mind for loving kindness by just thinking very simply, may he or she be well, may he or she be happy. This is definitely something that we can do at the moment. Make our own mind equanimous. Of course we have to apply effort. So you can definitely do that. Wishing for the happiness of all beings. Wishing for all beings to be free from suffering. Okay, then we generate the special bodhicitta. Page 4. especially for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will quickly, very quickly, attain the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. For this reason, I will practice the yoga method of Guru Medicine Buddha. So then our practice has a great purpose, meaning as quickly as possible we want to eliminate our own suffering, develop our own qualities in order to be able to benefit others. I guess you would need a text, yeah? There is some, maybe, yeah, Sharon can give you one. Okay, so now with the 7-limb prayer we go step by step. So the first one is, I prostrate to Guru Medicine Buddha. Sometimes that line goes, I prostrate with my body, speech and mind. So while prostrating, even if you just visualize, you purify negative actions of body. By prostrating with your speech, that would mean you sing the praises of that particular Buddha. You purify your speech. By visualizing that light is coming from the Buddha's heart and entering your body, you purify your mind. Or by having appreciation and devotion for that Buddha, you purify negative actions of mind. So you can visualize this body here from this life, but if you want, you can visualize all the previous bodies that you must have had in past lives, prostrating to Medicine Buddha, Buddha who is still sitting in the space in front of you, on that lotus and moon disk. And then we create that appreciating mind, a grateful mind. You know, when we introduced ourselves, people saying why they are here. Because why? Because it has helped before. It's so simple. All we need is this little booklet, recite the names and the mantras. So this is something that we can definitely appreciate. One generates a humble mind, a mind that knows that we need help, a mind that appreciates the presence of the Medicine Buddha. Then the next one is each and every offering, including those actually performed and those mentally transformed, I present to you. So of course the actually performed ones are the offerings that are on the altar, be it the actual food offerings or the water offerings who represent the sense offerings, like water for drinking, water for washing the feet, flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food and music. And then the mentally transformed, that means now you visualize and you can let your mind go completely wild. And you think of offering things that you think of magnificent, beautiful, exquisite, of highest quality. And you offer clouds and clouds and oceans of those things. As much as you can imagine, as much as you can visualize, you just offer it. Like this we learn to just give, limitless, boundless, inexhaustible. You visualize that Guru Medicine Buddha is receiving it, kind of it transforms into nectar, absorbs into him in the form of light, and Guru Medicine Buddha very pleased because we're creating a lot of merit because of that, without having to go out and buy anything at all. It's the mind who gives that is important. We give out of appreciation. So the Medicine Buddha very happy, like a mother when the children are doing the right thing, then sends back showers of light rays who bless us, inspire us, heal us. Then the next one is the limb of confession, so we can only do that when the mind is up. So from having prostrated and having offered, the mind is quite happy and open, and now we can think about our negativities. I confess all non-virtuous actions accumulated since beginningless time. Usually we just think about this life, so we can't find big negative karma there, and then we're surprised when we suffer. But karma doesn't work like that. Most of the things that happen to us now, we created the causes in past lives, because karma ripens very slowly. Same as seeds. You can't have the seed and the result at the same time. It's not logic. It needs time to ripen. So we think, actions of body, speech and mind, done since beginningless times, a huge ocean of it. So it's kind of a mess that we produce, so there's not much we can do about having done it. The only thing we can do is regret. So regret is not guilt. Don't fall into the trap of feeling guilty, that doesn't help. Just regret. A mind who understands that doing negative actions is not skillful, doesn't make you happy, doesn't make the other person happy, and creates all the suffering for the future. Where is the benefit? Just see how it makes you feel now when you think about negative actions of killing, stealing, cheating. Maybe cheating on your partners, call this sexual misconduct. Then lying, slandering, dividing people with your speech, constantly gossiping around. And then the negative actions of the mind, which are envy, harmful thoughts, and wrong views. Wrong views mean being confused with how things exist. Being convinced that something exists when, as a matter of fact, it does not exist. None of this produces happiness. Sometimes when we do it ourselves, we can't see it as it being negative. Just turn the whole thing around and imagine it being done to you. Then we can clearly see its violence. Then we recognize it as negative. So then we can purify everything if we apply the 4 opponent powers. The first one is regret, meaning we recognize that we've done something negative. Don't need to go any further than that. Then we take refuge, generate bodhicitta. This is what we've done before. Like refuge in the Buddha, who can tell us what creates suffering, what creates happiness. We trust that. But also refuge in the ability of the Buddha to be able to purify those negative imprints before they ripen. So it's trust. It's faith. Then bodhicitta, meaning I want to purify those negative imprints, because why? I don't want to suffer, but also because if I suffer, I cannot be of benefit to others. And because I want to be of benefit to others, I want to purify those negative imprints. Then the power of the action is doing the practice that we are doing right now. So we're doing it 4 times a day, so that's great. So we don't have to worry about the action, we are doing it right now. It's the 3rd opponent power. And then the 4th one is we make a strong determination, having understood that negative actions don't give me the peace or the happiness I want. I will firmly oppose the negative minds when they come up, who push me to do those negative actions. Power of determination. So when those 4 opponent powers come together as just now, everything can be purified. Of course, not just in 2 minutes as we did just now, but we have to repeat doing that. Remember the cup for emptying a bathtub. Cup after cup after cup. No matter how much water is there, if you keep going, at one point it will be empty. So then now the next limb, thinking about those things, should come very easy, the limb of rejoicing. So we rejoice in our own merit to be able to be here. It's a sign that we have practiced very hard in the past, otherwise we would not be sitting here. Even if we're sitting here with a negative mind, it's positive karma ripening. Having access to those teachings, being able to practice it. Then we rejoice in the merit of the people sitting around us, doing the same thing with us. They also have created positive karma in the past, that's why they are here. And same as us now, they create a lot of positive karma for the future to be able to practice. And then we rejoice in the merits of all other beings who work very hard to generate a good heart. And we especially rejoice in the merit of the Buddhas who have worked very hard to attain the goal, so that now they can help us in such a powerful way. I rejoice in the virtues of both ordinary and noble beings. But then we need to request the teachings. As our guide, I request you, O Buddha, to please abide well and turn the wheel of Dharma until samsara ends. So you can visualize offering a golden wheel that represents the Dharma, an 8-spoked golden wheel which absorbs into the heart of Medicine Buddha. By doing that, we purify all negativities we have created in accordance with the Dharma, disparaging teachings, making fun of them, criticizing. And we create the cause so that we understand everything perfectly well. And we're able to practice. We're also asking the Buddhas to manifest again and again and again as teachers, so for that we offer a golden throne which absorbs into the lotus of Medicine Buddha. By that we create the cause to meet the perfect teacher in every lifetime, and for that teacher to have a stable and long life. And the last limb is the mind of dedicating. That means that we know why we are doing this, gives us very clear directions. We know where we want to go, not just worldly happiness or a little bit of happiness now, but we want to go towards liberation and finally enlightenment, not giving up before. All virtues, both my own and those of others, I dedicate to the ripening of the two bodhicittas and the attainment of Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Then we offer the mandala. This ground anointed with perfume. Then page 5, the requests. So here again, especially you think about the people that you are doing this practice for, your own requests, your own problems in body and mind, the request to be liberated from that. Then maybe projects that you have for benefiting others, for benefiting self, business, whatever. Medicine Buddha is very, very powerful, but we have to request. I beseech you, Bhagavan Medicine Guru, whose sky-colored holy body, then you can visualize above the crown of Guru Medicine Buddha, is a wish-granting jewel, which is in essence your root guru. Again, just think, that root guru will really give you the instructions, very clear, precise instructions for enlightenment, to attain enlightenment. So that root guru is somewhere. It's just that you haven't met the person yet. So it's the same. When you are looking for a partner, before you started looking for that partner, the partner existed somewhere. So just think, I haven't met my root guru. If you haven't met him, of course, or her. If you have, then just see that wish-granting jewel. But if you haven't, then just think, my root guru is somewhere, just waiting for me to be ready to make contact. Try to have that confidence. Then above that is the Buddha, delightful King of clear knowing, whose body is red in color. His right hand is in the mood of bestowing sublime realization, and his left hand is the mood of concentration. So we go to page 6, and again we have this absolute certainty that all we need to do is to recite the names, and then those requests can be actualized. To you, Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent science, fully realized this. And then we think that by reciting the names, we have activated now the healing power of all the medicine Buddhas. So we visualize that granting your request from the heart and holy body of the King of Medicine, Guru Medicine Buddha, infinite rays of white light pour down, completely filling your body from head to toe. They purify all your diseases, all your pains, all your afflictions, either due to spirit harm or the causes that we have created ourselves. So that light kind of heals all the afflictions, all the pain that we have now. But then it also heals and purifies the causes for the body sickness which is in our mind. So it purifies all your negative karma and the mental obscurations who create the negative karma. If you want, if it helps, you can visualize that as the light gradually fills your body, all those negativities of body or mind leave your body through your lower doors in the form of black smoke or dirty water, or if it's cancer, then in the form of tumors or blood or pus. Or if you want to give your pain some form, you see how it is leaving your body through the lower doors, just sinking into the earth, never to be seen again, and your body gradually fills up with this very luminous, radiant white light, purifying white light, that then makes your body and your mind very blissful. And then you just see yourself as the person who is healed, healthy, no problems, neither in mind nor in body. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekhense Guru Bendurya Prabharajaya Tathagataya. Then you can recite the mantra silently, or just keep visualizing light rays purifying your body and mind, making your body and mind very blissful, peaceful, giving you everything that you want, everything that you need. Or just recite the mantra silently, if you can. Of course, do both together. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekhense Guru Bendurya. Then you visualize that the light rays pour down twice more, each time filling your body with blissful, clean, clear light, which you absorb. It's a bit like when you do your washing. First you wash away the very gross stains, and then there's still some subtle stains remaining. Then you wash away those, and then the most subtle ones the third time. So kind of what we first wash away is our body suffering. Then the next one is the afflictive emotions. And the third one is this very subtle self-cherishing that is always there. So everything gets completely eliminated, not the slightest, even most subtle stain is left. Body becomes clean and clear as a crystal, filled with this blissful light, peaceful light. So then, seeing our body completely filled with this light, we even let go of the form of our body for one short moment. We absorb into what is called the Dharmakaya, just light, no label to it, no form, no appearance, just spacious light. It's our true nature. And then out of that pure sphere, if you have initiation, you arise as the Medicine Buddha. If you don't have initiation, you arise as in that body that you would like to have, with the mind that you would like to have, and you keep the Medicine Buddha at your crown. So you're thereby transformed into the holy body of Guru Medicine Buddha. At your heart appears a lotus and moon disk. Standing at the center of the moon disk is the blue seed syllable Om, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra. As you recite the mantra, visualize rays of light pervade the sentient beings of all the 6 realms. So now you are sending out healing light rays. So here you can think of specific beings, like maybe just one person. But we try to make this as expansive as possible, but sometimes it's better to start with a few where we put the right effort, the right interest, love, compassion, concern into it by sending the light. If we take all sentient beings too quickly, then it becomes a bit kind of like a cartoon. The mind is not really there. So it's okay at the beginning just to think of one person that you really want to be well, you really want that person to be free from suffering. So then there's, from your side you put a lot of energy into it by sending the light rays. So through your great love, wishing them to have happiness, and through your great compassion, wishing them to be free from all suffering, They are purified of all diseases and afflictions due to spirit harm or the causes, all their negative karma and mental obscurations. And you see how they gradually also transform into the Medicine Buddha. So again, if you know the mantra, then you can chant the mantra, do the visualization. If you don't know the mantra, then you'd have to read, so you have to let go of the visualization for a while, or you can just visualize and not chanting the mantra. But don't let your mind go astray. This is very short. We do this like a little bit over 5 minutes. So really stay here. Focus on sending out those light rays, those healing light rays, who alleviate the suffering of our loved ones. And then, of course, if possible, who alleviate the suffering of the people we don't care about. And then the most difficult one, who alleviate the suffering of the people that we don't like. So do this according to your own capacities, but make sure that your mind is there with interest, with love, and with compassion. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru. Then you visualize, feel great joy, and think that all sentient beings are transformed into the aspect of the Medicine Buddha Guru. How wonderful that I'm now able to lead all sentient beings into the Medicine Buddha's enlightenment. So we have this self-confidence, this absolutely no doubt that we can lead all sentient beings to enlightenment if we become a Buddha ourselves. Without any doubt. The suffering that we have comes from wrong views. Those wrong views can be eliminated. That suffering is absolutely not necessary. It's mistaking the dream as being reality. That's why we suffer. We can definitely wake up. Try to generate that self-confidence. I can definitely become a Buddha. I have access to this path. I can practice the right causes in order to get the result. Then we can do the dedication, page 10. Due to these merits, may I complete the ocean-like actions of the sons of the... So try to generate a content mind that whatever happened in the session is completely good enough. It's one of the simplicities or the purities, being content with what we have, what we created. It's a peaceful mind, an open mind, a spacious mind, a mind that is content. Whatever happened, whatever is happening at the moment, the heat, maybe the pain in the body, it's all right. Getting upset about it doesn't change anything. Just happy to be here, happy to be able to do this practice. We don't need to have results right now. Whatever happened, whatever is happening, completely good enough. And you just think like that until you feel your body and your mind relaxing. Space, no competition, no attainments,